All right. Cool, cool, cool. Let me pull the chat up just in case. Got so many things I got to have straight before I get going. Okay. So let's look at this week is the week of February the 1st. I love it when a Monday is like the first of the month or something. It just seems like it goes well together. So here's the big thing we need to talk about. Basically, we are going to start certifications next week. So this group of students right here in this room and the C Kids online, um, next Monday, a week from yesterday, you will need to come and take your certification here at school if you want to. You do not have to. If you do not come and take it, you will have to take the teacher made. The teacher made final exam is very easy. It's not that hard. So there you go. But who is okay with coming on Monday at 9 o'clock in the morning like you usually would? I know that y'all are probably used to not coming next, on your opposite week, but on Monday you come in and take certification in the room. Who's up for doing that? Raise your hand if you're up for coming on a Monday and taking certification. You're iffy. You might have to talk to your parents. That's perfectly fine because you probably need transportation, things like that. If you don't want to come take it, that's perfectly fine too. I'm not forcing you to take it. It's not going to be a grade necessarily. It'll be more of like a grade to help you if you take it. And if you don't take it, you'll just be exempted from it. So, no big deal. But it would be nice to have that certification. There are benefits to having the certification. Uh, so, are there any benefits for taking the exam? Yes, you get that certification, and like I said, if you take all three and pass all three, you don't have to come for the teacher-made final, which would be kind of nice. Also, you don't have to take the teacher-made final. At the same time, the teacher-made final won't be that hard, so it's not like it's a complete benefit for not taking it. The main thing is you get that certification, and it will improve your grade if you take the certification. It will not hurt your grade, but at the same time, if you don't take it, it'll just be like you never had that assignment, if that makes sense. You see the difference there? Basically, it's a win-win when it comes grading wise. You either just it's not there, or you just get a good grade and it helps your grade. Because obviously, if I give it out of 50 points and you get a 50 out of 50 for taking it, or I don't know, I haven't decided how many points, but if you're missing a few points here or there, and let's say you've got 75 points available, you've only gotten 60, but then this is 25 points and you get all 25 points. Well, now you've got an 85 instead of a 60 out of 75. Does that make sense? Basically, it's just going to improve your grade. Does that everyone make sense? Any confusion? Everyone online, are y'all good? Again, you don't have to come Monday, but if you want to take the certification, that's the day you got to come. The reason B week, yeah, we're on B week. The reason B week would have to come Monday is because if we try to wait and do it the week after, we're going to run out of time, if that makes sense. Because if we have 3 certifications to take and I have to wait until y'all are back the week after the next one, that means we're spending 6 weeks on certifications. Whereas if we do it in 2 weeks or in the same week, then I can just make it 3. Does everyone make sense? Okay, that's why I'm asking for you to come on Monday. But do not feel like you have to. If we can somehow work it out, you might can end up taking the certification at a later date. That's perfectly fine as well. We might can work that out. But just know we're not going to be practicing Photoshop anymore after that. So let's say, like, I'm going to try to work it out that next time when we take the Illustrator one, y'all won't have to come in. You'll just take it on your regular week. Does that make sense? Someone's going to end up getting the short end of the stick because obviously there's 3. It's not an even number. But basically, I'm going to try to even that. Yes, it is an actual certification. It is the Adobe Photoshop certification. So it would be good to put on resumes. It'd be good to put on college transcripts or, things, not transcripts, but applications, things like that. It'll look good. Because it's a very difficult certification. We're about to practice some more questions like we were on Friday. If any of you happen to be on the Zoom or watch the YouTube video, actually, I don't know if I ended up posting a YouTube video. I think I ended up having a problem with my recording, but beside the point, you'll see it's very difficult. I missed the questions on there too. It's just a very difficult exam. But like I said, James, you just came in. So basically, if you want to take the Photoshop certification, you're going to have to come this coming up Monday, a week from yesterday. If you don't want to come in to take certification, that's fine. It's not going to affect your grade. It'll just improve your grade if you take it, and it'll be like it was never there if you don't take it. So that's okay with you, James. You can make that decision on if you're coming or not. Sorry, I keep repeating myself. People are coming into the Zoom a little late, so it is what it is. So, all right, if there's no further questions, we're going to move on. As you can see today, we are going to finish reviewing test 1. I have that up right here, so we will get started here shortly. Last call, any questions about taking the certification Monday? Cool. If you're on here and you are a week or you're watching from a week, you do not come Monday. You will take yours on Tuesday of next week. Does that make sense? Hopefully so. And then once we take Illustrator, B week will be in class and A week will come on a Monday to take. I hope that makes sense. I know it's a lot of information and it's a very difficult class to try to navigate all this stuff in. So, all right, moving forward. So, we are looking at, this is kind of an example of how the Photoshop exam will look for you who have not gone through and looked at it yet. So you're basically in a simulated environment that is Photoshop. We also have questions that look like, that's another shit, that are like this. They're multiple choice or they're matching, things like that. Sometimes they want you to pick 2. As you can see, another matching one. Let's see, there's probably one more. Nope. There's a lot of different types of questions. They're going to ask you a lot of different things. But I promise you, if you go through these 2 simulation tests and get to the point that you know these very well, and I hate to say it, but even almost memorize kind of the things you need to know, then you probably will do fine on the PowerPoint, the Photoshop certification. So, for instance, this one's choose 2. It'll tell you choose 2. If it doesn't, then you're usually just choosing 1, and you go from there. So, I was on question 19, if I'm not mistaken. I think. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to go through these. So it's a pretty basic day today because I'm just reviewing. And afterwards, you can have some chances to look on Photoshop yourself, and from there, we can go further. So, Jordan, why are you on the computer, bud? Put it away. All right, let's get started because we want to make sure we're paying attention because if you pay attention to this and you take those tests seriously on the every other day, as you can see for the rest of the week, you will do well. So again, we're reviewing today. We're going to complete test 2 tomorrow, so that'll be kind of on your own. Y'all will get on the computer and work on test 2. We will review test 2 like we're doing today with test 1, and then you're going to complete one of the tests. It's up to you which one in a testing mode. And all I'm doing basically for all of this is grades for you paying attention and for you completing these. These are all more of you do it, you get a good grade. Does that make sense? There's going to be no grading based off of if you do well on it, really. It just is what it is. If you take me in the future for another Adobe class, like eventually we're going to have Adobe Video, if you have Miss Haddock for Adobe Digital, and assuming we get out of this pandemic for the most part, or at least school comes back normal somewhat, it will be a tad different. But I understand, and we're trying to be understanding that it is very difficult to understand this program when you're here and then you're not here, and especially when you haven't been here for 3 weeks. So bear with us. Your grade will not suffer because you haven't been here. Your grade will only suffer if you don't try. That's really all that's going to come down. Sorry, I have to lecture here at the beginning. I had to run my mouth, but I want to make sure I kind of went over some things. All right. To increase the readability of the brochure, change the tracking on the word brochure to 75. Now, here's the good thing. We are in training mode for geometrics, which is where you will take your test tomorrow. And it will give us some help if we click on the light bulb. And it's going to get us to select the text layer. And if you can't remember, the layers are down here. I've selected the text layer. Now I'm going to open the character panel, which should be somewhere up here. And if it's not, then we're going to get a window. And we're going to find character, which is right here. It might take a minute for it to load. Or it might just not load at all. Come on. She's frozen. Could be wrong. Yeah, she is. And the best thing to do sometimes is just select the question reset. All right. Select the text layer. Select window. Select character. That's where we're at. Yeah. All right. Well, there's that. But usually, if it was working, and it should be working, you're going to get a character, and then you're going to select the drop-down tracking, and you're going to change and select 75. So that's what you're going to change it to. That being said, remember we talked about this at the beginning of the semester. The week y'all were actually here, I'm pretty sure. We talked about tracking, we talked about letting, we talked about, what's the other one? Kerning, things like that. And basically the tracking is the space between all those letters. It's obviously way too close and we want to change that. Is it coming somewhere else? No, I don't know. All right, we're going to have to skip that one, but I think you get the picture. If for some reason you look over here and you're looking for a window, your best option is always to go to window. Again, and I said this the first week, if you ever are having issues, then you can go to window and you can go to workspace and you can go to essentials if things kind of mess up. But for the most part, try to keep it in this custom one because it's probably going to have some questions and things wanting you to work with these windows the way they are. But again, if you ever are having a hard time finding a layer, finding a panel, then you just are going to go to window and you're going to select one of these. And that should be a really quick way to ensure that you are getting all of the information you need. We're just going to go to the next one. Again, like we said, you're going to select the text layer, you're going to open the character panel and select the drop down next to tracking. The VA above the arrow pointing left and right and select 75. So let's see if she does this. Oh, just had it, I think, was going over this test. So change the font of the word photograph to be Arial with the size 18 point. So we're going to select this text just like we did the other one. And then we're going to, we should be able to, if we hit the text tool, it probably will allow us to do this. Let's see if it changes. Because there's more than one way to do this usually, but we'll see if this way works. I'm having issues. Let's hit this so we can make sure we do it right. And I think it may be freezing up on me. Select the text layer and we'll go into the character panel again. You probably can do it in this little area here too on a usual account, but we'll make sure we do it the right way this time. Character. Let's see. This guy just had this issue. Real quick. Give me a moment. Character. Yeah, was I supposed to hit character styles, but it clearly said. Yeah. Oh, I have to open it from that way. Okay. I open it from there. All right. Well, okay. So now we're going to change it to Arial. So, guys, I guess you got to click right there, and that's the character panel. I always go to Window. That's just the way I do it. I guess I'm wrong, but anyway, as I said earlier, there's multiple ways to do things. You're going to go to Arial, and then you're going to change font size to 18. Right here. Okay, so then you should be able to press enter. That's a good way to make sure you're done. And then hopefully we can exit out of this one and hit next. And got it right, I'm hoping. Yep. So again, there's multiple ways to do things in Photoshop, but they're looking for a certain way a lot of times. I know it's very annoying. That's why, again, this test is very difficult. It's not even sometimes that the question's difficult, it's that they want it a certain way. View the guides and lock them so they can't be moved. So these are our guides. We can tell there's little squares. I don't know if y'all in the back can tell. There's little squares basically, and they're guides. So, but how do we lock them? So in the view menu, we're going to come here, hover over the show and select guides. So we're going to go find show, and we're going to go to guides. So we're going to select guides. Oh, excuse me, those were grids, these are guides. And in the view menu, click lock guides. So in the view menu, we are going to lock guides, which is down here. Took me a second to find it. And that's it. It's a very easy question if you know where to go, right? I mean, that's a very simple one, as long as you know where to go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. We got it right. So again, go to view, hover over show and select guides, and then in the view menu, click lock guides. Not too bad. All right, make it so objects will snap to all the options available. So I think we're going to go to view again. We're going to go to view, and we're going to go over to snap to, and if we can see down there, we're going to click all. Again, very easy question, right? I mean, it's only like a couple of clicks you have to do to get this question right. Again, but you have to make sure you understand what all this information is. So that's why it's going to be very important you keep reviewing and taking these tests. Click on the area of the interface that changes based on the tool you select. So when we've already gone through this one, and this one's a very easy question if we've been using Photoshop at all. If we click one of these, doesn't this area change, right? So click on the area of the interface that changes based on the tool select. These are the tools. If you click in these, this area is going to change. We've already seen that happen either today, and we'll see it happen if we do anything else. So that is correct. Awesome. Moving forward. Not a hard question. And I'm going to give you some test skill or test tips here after we get done, and we'll talk about questions like that in a minute. Create a new library named Buttons. Add the blue button graphic to the new library. This is a much more difficult question. As you can see, there's a little bit more to it. So in the libraries panel, hopefully it'll let me do it this way. What? That's not correct. Oh, it's right here. No, Mr. Harris. Go to the libraries panel, click the drop down that says My Library. So we're going to click that, and then we're going to create new library. We're going to need to type in there for the library name, type, I'm losing it. Type buttons and click create. So we got to type buttons. Another big important thing. I'm going to make sure I look over, because Mr. Raddick makes typos and sometimes Mr. Raddick spells things wrong. I'm going to make sure I've spelled buttons correctly, because if I mistakenly type something wrong, they're going to count it wrong. And click create. Your content. So there we go, and click create. Select the rectangle layer. We've done that. And then in the libraries panel, click add graphic. Where is that? Add graphic, right there. So it should be there. That should be the project. Like I said, that was really hard. So I would definitely maybe look back over that assignment or that project or activity in that test. All right, create a 400 pixel by 400 pixel circle shape that cuts away the orange square shape to reveal the background. So we are going to go and let's go ahead and hit the little thing so we can get some little bit of help. In the toolbar, select the ellipse tool, which is down here. Now remember, there are multiple other tools on top of these. A lot of times if you right click or if you, what is it now? Guys, I'm losing my mind. Oh, okay. So apparently that's not how it's going to work in here either. You're going to need to change your tool by using this. Okay, what's it? In the toolbar, select the ellipse tool. I'm clicking for you. Okay. So apparently you got to click and hold it for the geometrics test. I do not know if you'll have to click and hold it for the actual certification. Ms. Haddock, we need help again. I know she didn't just walk out. Did she walk out? We'll need help. Okay, here's a weird question for you. Why is it wanting us to click and hold this?
I don't know when I hit it. Like, why don't you just right click?
So is it going to be like that on certification, you
I
think?
don't think so.
Okay.
And I also think you probably can go from the window to your camera.
I think so too. So
But
we're going to say as a collective that you can probably do things multiple ways on the certification, but don't hold us to it.
I would always know that. Well, I would always for certification look for panels that's already up there for you, and if it's up there, use it where it is. You can hover over and it'll tell you. Same thing with these. If you can't right click, just hold it down for some reason.
I don't know why, because that's not how it's ever worked in Photoshop from my experience. But okay, whatever. So we're gonna hold it down to use the ellipse tool, and then the options bar along the top of the UI, select the path operations drop down. This is a really hard way to do this. Because you can draw this circle, guys, and then you can change the size of it. But apparently we're going to change it here. So in the UI, select the path orientation. Is that it? What am I supposed to do? See, guys, I'm telling you, this test is hard because I don't even know what in the world's going on here. Oh, great. There we go. And which one did it say, guys? And choose subtract from shape. There we go. In the create ellipse dialog box, type 40 here. Right here. 400. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do the best I can, but it's so. Why is it so difficult? Well, they're just making stuff difficult to make it difficult at this point. Okay.
Easily draw circles. We know how to draw circles.
Enter. And click. Okay. Where's OK then? Excuse me? Do you know where OK is? Where's OK? They didn't say that at all. But now it's 100 bucks. This is stupid, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is really stupid. Yay. Alright, I wanna try something. I wanna know if all I do hold circle. If all I do is this. It won't even. This is dumb. But we gotta do it. We gotta do it. So just do that one, grit your teeth, and do it and get it over. Alright. Update the link smart object so that it reflects the changes made in the ellipse1.psd master file. Alright. There's another one that's a little different. The other ones are a little bit. Alright. So in the layers panel, which is right down here if you don't remember, select the layer ellipse one. That's that one right there. In the layers menu, hover over the smart object. So this is the layers menu. So hover over the smart object. Which one's smart object? Go away. Why is it- I don't want this. In the layers menu. Why is this so difficult? It's getting harder, guys. If someone knows something, please speak up. Where is the smart object? Anything in the chat? Anyone want to help me in the chat? No? Yeah, I don't, do you know? Yeah, where's it at?
It's so where you have a little caution looking thing, it's yellow to the small, right click or hold down on that one.
Wait, what now? This thing?
So you see the little caution looking thing, right? It tells you that it's not looking small. So it's over there. Okay,
Oh god, no, I can't see that. But
okay,
okay.
so it's there. And I think you have to like hold it down or
Hold it down.
you have to select
That was a
it.
good joke.
Oh my. So right click it or like hold it down.
So there's gonna be a dialog box that opens up, and then it'll be easy from there, but I just don't know where to go. We're skipping. Goodbye. Layer menu, hover over small objects, and select read.
You need to go to the menu.
Oh, I was supposed to go up here to it?
Select your object.
It's already there.
Yeah. Alright, select it. Now go to the layer.
Oh, and then hover over small object. Okay. And then update all. Wait, which one was it? Small object. Yay! They could care less. They aren't even talking to me. They're not like no one cares. They're just here. I mean, I get y'all been gone for 3 weeks, but y'all can like clap or something. Do something. I know I'm thinking about it. I'm like, if y'all don't want to like at least talk or something, I don't know. I just need some kind of interaction. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm recording this. This is going on YouTube. Yeah, I've got 3 people on Zoom. They're not talking either. James Alligood's clapping from the Zoom. Good job, James. Let's go. Clapping from the Zoom. I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, I can tell. They can tell me to go faster or go slower. Clear all. Oh, there's more. I see. I see. Need a break. All right. We're almost done though. And once we're done with this, I'm going to give y'all the rest of the day to get anything done you need to get done, or you can take another one of these tests. If you haven't taken this test, because you're supposed to take this test, if you haven't taken this test, you have time to do it. Even though I just went over it. So, using the filters menu, apply a tile effect with the default setting non-destructively to the image. That sounds like it's going to be difficult as well, but it shouldn't be too bad. In the layers panel, so that's in the layers panel, we're going to select the background layer, which is right here, it's the only layer to select. Then we're going to right click the background layer and select convert to smart object. Convert to smart object. So now we've done that. Click the filter menu right here. and hover over stylize. So we're going to go find stylize, which is right here. And then we're going to go over to titles. And then we're going to accept all the defaults. And the reason they're talking about non-destructive is we made it a smart object. Had we not converted that to a smart object, it wouldn't be non-destructive. So just remember, smart objects allow you to edit your picture without it being destructive. All right, moving forward. We're getting there. Reset the canvas size and lighthouse image to 100%. So we're going to click View. We're going to select 100. And that's the end of that one. Look how easy that one was. We went from literally like clicking all those different things to that. So, oh gosh, this one looks fun. You will need to create a custom image size preset named For Web that will set the image resolution to 72 ppi with a width of 594 and a height of 743, and choose the best method to resample an image on a recent image size. This actually is a lot of information right here, but it's not too hard. Click the image menu. Click image size. Right here. It won't move. Okay. Okay. I'm not mad. In the image size dialog box, set the following settings. So the resolution has got to be 72 ppi. 72, not 3, 2. Again, that's pixels per inch, so that is on the right thing, not pixels per centimeter. And then well, I guess we're keeping pixels for the width. So the width is 594. 594. The height is 743. And then resample by cubic. Remember we talked about that at the beginning of the semester. And then hit to save preset. And then accept all of the defaults. Click save. Click OK. And we're done. So that one's kind of difficult, but the good thing is like what did I do wrong? Yeah, I didn't hit full width. So again, the main issue with that one, it's kind of easy to do, but you can forget something. That was literally what I was just about to say. But yes, as long as you follow everything and make sure you type in the name, type in those numbers correctly, and follow those directions, you'll be fine. I'm not going back and doing it because we realized I forgot to type in full width. So my bad. Thank you for addressing the issue I have. Okay. Almost there. We're getting there. Using the adjustments panel, they really like this picture of this, whatever this is. What is that? What is that, guys? You know, I think, is it a shrimp? It definitely looked like a caterpillar though for a minute. That was what I thought it was until just now. I was like, wait a minute, that's not a caterpillar. All right. Using the adjustments panel, create a non-destructive hue adjustment for the background. Set the hue for 95. Again, little things that could go wrong, so we need to make sure we type those all in correctly. In the adjustments panel, which is right here, we are going to click hue and saturation. If I'm not mistaken, it's like that was black and white. Why is it not? No. Well, the good thing is you can click on all these till one of them works. There we go. Now it's doing it. I don't know what wasn't doing it earlier. So just keep hovering over these until you find hue and saturation. This one right here. And then click in the box next to hue. And type 95. So we're just going to type 95. That's done. We'll press enter. Make sure it just kind of saves what we did. We should be able to hit next and be done. There we go. Easy peasy. Export the layer with the mountain image to be used as a background for the website. Export as a JPEG file and name it mountain, except all the defaults. This one's really not hard either. Again, it's just making sure you follow all these little tiny things and type things correctly. So we're going to go to the layers menu, and then we're going to go to export as. You should be able to go to file and export as well, which is right here. But for this, let's follow their directions. So they're going to go to layers menu, which that might actually just be, I guess technically that would just be doing the whole project. But they want you to do it for this one layer, whereas if you had a big project, you would come to file. If you just want one layer, you're going to layer. So that's my bad. That technically is the way they want to do. So export as, in the export as window, which is what we're in right now, you're going to change this to a JPG, and we're going to click export after doing that, which is somewhere down here. Export. Now we're going to have an option pop up here in the export as window. Type mountains for the file name and click save. So we're going to type mountain. Sure, I spelled it right, and I didn't. And then we're going to hit save. Hopefully I did everything correctly this time. When it comes to saving something, I did. We're good. We've got 2 more to do. Use the styles preset to change the blue rectangle to use the puzzle image style. This is similar to one we did earlier. So select the layer, which is the blue rectangle. Then we're going to go to open the styles panel, which is right here. And we're going to select the puzzle image. And it might take us a minute to find this puzzle image. And then we're going to click next, because that should be it. Easy. All right, load the selection called apple to create a layer mask that reveals the apple. Selection said the white background shows 3. So click the select menu, choose load selection, which is right down here. And then after we are in the load section dialog box, click the drop down next to channel, and we're going to click make sure apple is selected, not background. Then click OK. In the layers menu, hover over the layer mask. In the layers menu, hover over the layers mask, which is down. I'm not seeing it. There it is. And then we're going to hit reveal selection. And now we got that white background they wanted. So we've done what they wanted. We hit next. We're done. We're going to hit finish. I probably won't have a perfect score, but it'll be close. No? Oh, I wonder if it didn't. What did I get wrong? Oh, that's right. I went back on those other ones. So I didn't count any of the ones I did last week right. Okay, well, there we go. Look, it didn't even count a good majority of mine right, and I still almost made it 700. So there you go. The average score is supposedly 756, but I don't know about that. So anyway, for the rest of the day, make sure you get anything turned in that you've not done, and make sure if you haven't taken one of these tests. Oh, I just saw crawfish. That could be correct as well there. Anyway, but that's it for today. I'm going to stop recording.